Hey guys, it's Danielle Latuski here, Double Diamond with It Works Global. I just wanted to reach out to you guys, and I had an amazing session at church tonight. It's an 8-week class, and we walk in and they give us these books, and the book and the session is called Lord Change My Attitude. And I was just like, okay, is this a sign? And then the actual first class is about replace a complaining attitude. And I was just like, holy cow, where did this come from? Um, I was so excited as soon as I saw what this message was about. And, I was just open to hearing and just getting everything out of this message because we've been hearing a lot of complaining lately. And, you know, it's so easy to pick out the wrong things amongst all the blessings that God has given us. We all do it. We do it on a daily basis. I'm guilty. Um, it's easy to compare or to complain about what's not working or what could be different or what someone else could be doing for us instead of looking at what we could do with what we already have and what we can do with what God has put in place for us. Ask yourself, who am I hurting when I complain? You're hurting God. It's a sin, actually. I learned tonight in class to complain. You're hurting others. They don't want to hear you complain. They don't want to hear your complaints, and you're hurting yourself because the more you complain, the more negative you're going to get. And you're just going to fall into that slump of complaining and feeling like everything is everybody else's fault and not yours. Psalms 7:15. Whoever digs a hole and scoops it out falls into the pit they have made. So you're going to fall into that pit of complaining because you've dug that hole. You've dug that hole of complaints and you're going to fall into it. So I just wanted to go over a little bit about, what I learned this evening in church. God was leading the Israelites to the promised land. He parted the Red Sea for them. He performed some crazy actions for them. And instead of being happy at what he was doing for them, they complained and they were ungrateful for what he was doing for them. So I just want to go over, um, you know, in Numbers 11:1, and when the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled. It hurt him. Just like a parent when a child complains about, what they're not, as a parent, what we're not doing for the child. They're not seeing all the things that we are doing for them. And, my kids have hurt me, not meaning to. They don't understand and they don't see what I am doing for them. They just see, that toy that I didn't get them or what I'm not doing for them. God gave after he parted the Red Sea and he did all those amazing acts. He then gave them manna to eat. But instead of the manna that he had given them, they wanted meat. So Numbers 11:22. Would they have enough if flocks and herds were slaughtered for them? Would they have enough if all the fish in the sea were caught for them? So then he gave them what they wanted. He gave them the meat. He made it available to them, lots of it. And then they were struck with the plague. So not always are you getting what you actually need, or what you want. So when you ask for something, you may get it, but it may not be what you want. When you complain about something, you may get it, but it may not actually be what you want. And you know what? The pastor said something funny tonight. You know, the grass is always greener on the other side, but you know what he added to it? And he's got a very great sense of humor because there's a lot of poop in it. So you're going to get that greener grass, but you're going to have to go through a lot of crap when you get it. And you're going to wish you had back the grass that you had before. So, Numbers 14:11. The Lord said to Moses, "How long will these people treat me with contempt? How long will they refuse to believe in me, in spite of all the signs I have performed among them?" Numbers 14:27 through 14:32. How long will this wicked community grumble against me? I have heard the complaints of this grumbling Israelites. So tell them, as surely as I live, declares the Lord, I will do to you the very thing I heard you say. In the wilderness, your bodies will fall, every one of your 20-year-olds or more who was counted in the census and who have grumbled against me. Not one of you will enter the land I swore with uplifted hand to make you home, except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Joseph, son of Nun. As for your children that you said would be taken as plunder, I will bring them in and enjoy the land you have rejected. But as for you, your bodies will fall in the wilderness. So, what he's saying, he didn't take them into the promised land. He took their children into the promised land. The promised land, which was flowing with milk and honey, which all of them desperately wanted. But instead, they let their complaints and what they were not getting lead their way. So we can't do a lot about what others are complaining about. We can't do for them what they don't want to do for themselves. But we can change what we're doing. And there's so many people out there that just don't realize that they're complaining or realize that their complaints are bringing them down. Most people don't see what they're doing and what their actions are doing to themselves. So attitude controls outcome. I so wholeheartedly believe that your attitude controls your outcome. So if you have a positive attitude, you're going to have a positive outcome. I just want to challenge all of you to do our day one step, which is to stop your grumbling. Do all things without grumbling or questioning, that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God, without blemish, in the midst of crooked and twisted generation, among who you shine as lights in the world. Philippians 2:14 through 15. So take what God has given you. God has given you amazing things, and stop looking at what you feel He has taken away from you. Live in the moment, live in what you have, and just, thank God for every day that He blesses you with life and the family that you have and the friends that you have and the It Works family that you are building. And I thank God every day for what He has given me. And I thank Him for allowing me to work through Him and to teach you guys what I'm learning, because this is not somewhere I would not have been at church without the spiritualness that It Works has brought back into my life. And I thank God every day for each one of you and the blessings that 2014 is going to bring to each of us. I'm ready to take it to a whole nother level with each one of you. Thanks for listening and have a blessed evening.